Hey everyone, welcome back to Life on Purpose. This is a collaboration between Asheville FM and Sunrise Community for Recovery and Wellness. My name is Jodi. I am filling in for Josh and Kevin. They are out today, but I picked a really good day to fill in because I happen to be here with one of my favorite people on this entire planet. She is amazing. Powerful, strong, I'll stop gushing now, Norma Duran Brown. But before we get started, I do just need to say that the views and opinions expressed on this broadcast are not those of Sunrise Community for Recovery and Wellness. Everything that's being spoken today is being spoken just from our heart. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a couple of questions with Norma Duran Brown. I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Hello. It's a pleasure to be here with Jodi, a very strong, also compassionate and amazing woman. And let's first, we didn't do any warning, but as you can tell, I have some kind of an accent. So just you are not guessing, let's say where these accents come from, and it's from Argentina. It will take a couple of minutes to adjust to my accent. I've been speaking English for a long, long time, but I don't have a musical gift, so I am afraid I'm going to go to the next life with this accent. I lost hope long time ago. So I don't apologize about my accent. I just welcome you all to explore your patience and curiosity, and let's see what we learn from each other during this conversation.
Wonderful. That's perfect. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and get started. So I mentioned that you, I don't know if I mentioned it yet or not, but you are the founder and executive director of UNETE. Mm-hmm. And if you want, you can say, so that's UNETE. Mm-hmm. And that stands for, it has a really long.
I don't expect that anybody remembers. The most important about UNETE is that in Spanish is an invitation to join. And that we like to say that the invitation is open to everybody, and who wants to join the movement or the organization, but actually also stands for unmet needs, inequity. That's a reality that many nonprofits try to address. What are the things we can support in community, make this space for everybody a little better in whatever the field that nonprofit or its mission choose to address. So unmet needs is a reality. And what can change those unmet needs is what we like to call transformational empowerment. There comes the T and the E. So UNETE, UNETE, means that the process of addressing these unmet needs through transformational empowerment. And I am very peculiar about words, and empowerment not always is one of my favorites, because usually has been used as somebody having the a gracious gift to empower others. And I truly believe that the empowerment comes within us. Nobody has that gift unless, it's a divine sparkle or depending on the faith or beliefs of people. So transformational empower means that we are witness and provide resources to allow that process in terms of not letting it happen. There you go again. Allow maybe not be a right word too. So, but this is removing any place of privilege or owning the knowledge that will allow again somebody to be empowered. It doesn't happen in that way. I've been honored to walk within families and individuals facing multiple challenges for 25 years in this country. And it's something I'm sure is that the only thing we can do is to have resources on the table, information. Even though half of my career in the United States have been in education, I have issues also with the word education because one educates and the other learns. I prefer mutual learning.
Oh, I love that.
I think when we allow us the space for mutual learning, amazing things happen. So that was UNETE's mission, is co-creating spaces in collaborations to promote wellness for the whole person and the whole community, which is very audacious. But I guess when we started dreaming about UNETE, I was in my 60s, and I was like, well, this is my last chance to be audacious. I don't think I can do it at 70s. But that's what our mission, promoting wellness for the whole person and the whole community. Do we try to do that ourselves? Nope. That's the reason collaboration is part of our mission. And that is very, very important. And also it's very important to know that we do it through community health workers. That is our spine. Everything, every single program we have, every service we offer is through a community health worker.
So I'll just go ahead and say here, I forgot to give the little plug about Sunrise. Sunrise Community for Recovery and Wellness. We are made up 100% of peer support specialists. And so we are using our lived experience to really support individuals and really in whatever it is that they are needing to do in order to live a life that they choose to live. And so it's interesting because I know that there is a lot of confusion sometimes around what is different between peer support specialists, community health workers, clinicians, practitioners, and so on. And so, what would you say would be the difference? Like, what we know, I know that the magic sauce, the peer support model is the secret sauce, and that is because we can look people directly in the eye and say, "This is what I did when I was in that situation. Let me, if it's okay with you, can I share with you what I did, and see if there's something that you can do?" And then also resource connection and all of that.
Absolutely. There are a lot of points in common, and I think the most important, because we will run also in groups of faith where they have the same kind of approach. I understand you because I share the same faith with you. And other ones, I understand you because I share the same ethnicity with you. And I think everything comes to the point, what makes you a trusted messenger? Sometimes will be your lived experience in a very particular slice of our existence.
Right. Yeah.
If we want to address domestic violence,
Yeah.
it will be much more powerful that a survivor can talk with somebody that's going through than whatever I can say about it.
Right.
So I think the secret sauce, or the big umbrella, or the common, I love the secret sauce metaphor, will be that in all the different secret sauces from many organizations, the common ingredient is what makes the organization and who is offering the services a trusted messenger.
Okay.
And for our community health workers, what makes them a trusted messengers are their lived experience, but they are from different backgrounds, from different lived experience. So someone was an immigrant from a very tender age and came to the school system with not a word of English, and today is a community health worker, passionate about youth and access to youth. Other will be more invested in how it felt to be an adult coming here as maybe an immigrant. Other one will be because ethnicity. If we share as minorities, and this is very important for UNETE, minorities are not just based in your race, your ethnicity, it's also in the suffering. Sometimes we don't consider in our working poor a minority, and we should, because many face all those challenges that make them feel like one.
And feel isolated, feel like no one understands.
Yes.
And we deal with a lot of stigma in our communities, and what the communities, stigma is going to be an issue in so many different communities. And so I imagine that part of that empowerment piece that you were talking about earlier is about how to be able to have that inner resolve so that you cannot let that perceived impression of who you are, that judgment, interfere with your ability to move forward.
Absolutely. When I grow up, I wish I could talk like you, Jodi.
That's funny because I think the same about you.
So yes, absolutely. And the other important thing for who is interested in knowing and following this conversation, even that the other core principle of UNETE is that we serve everybody.
That's really important, right? Because I imagine with a name like UNETE, with you being from Argentina, that people are going to naturally assume that you only help one particular community, the Latino community.
Yes. Okay. And that is pivotal for us because, and there comes a part of collaboration. We know there are organizations that they are serving minorities. We are doing a marvelous job serving minorities, serving within a minority different components of the challenge of that minority. But sometimes it's like, and this has to do with my own journey. That's the problem with funders, that we put so much of our own experiences with the health medical structure. We have these amazing specialists, I don't know, in any specialization, there is even one layer more of a super specialization.
Right.
And I don't have anything against that, obviously. But yes, I notice for personal reasons in my interactions with many health systems that sometimes that hyper speciality, which is very important, we lose the whole picture.
Okay. Because they're going to be so narrowly focused on just that one thing, and they're not going to see how that one thing really is a part.
Exactly.
Okay, and that's an interesting analogy, and I'm really interested to see where you're going to go with that.
Yeah, and because that comes while we value the specialty, let's say, Sunrise has through peer support, and it's amazing, and we never could offer that to that level of specialty. What else UNETE can collaborate with you all so we serve the whole person and the whole community, which already you are doing it, obviously. But that was the thing. Some people said, Norma, but wellness is everything. And I said, yep, wellness is everything.
Yeah.
But we don't want to do everything. And the other definition of our community health workers is that they are the 211 in the flesh.
Okay.
So,
and it makes such a big difference.
Yes, absolutely. 211 is a great service, and I've always been advocating for the use, but community health workers have the knowledge of all the resources available
in their particular community. So that's the other thing, is that these community health workers are embedded in a very specific geographical area as well. Is that true?
That's true.
Okay.
And so their level of expertise in that area is really very, very impressive. And they can connect people with resources.
And that's so important. And, there is a difference between getting a list of resources or going online and seeing, phone numbers and almost like seeing a wall of information. And sometimes it just makes your brain hurt and it makes you tired before you even attempt to start making the first step. And that difference between having that person sitting beside you, standing beside you, not dialing the phone and talking to the person yourself, themselves. They're not disempowering you, but they're alongside of you. And there is just something that happens when you have that in-person support.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is crucial, and the follow-up, because going back, I said, when you called, you left a message, they didn't answer. Did you remember to say what time you prefer your call or which day you prefer your call?
Right.
So going again and checking on your referrals and don't giving up. I mean, I thought I was tenacious and hard-headed, but I have to say our team, they just do not give up.
That's fantastic.
And that is something I appreciate so much from each of them. And like I said, we don't know everything, we don't try to do everything, but we rely on the expertise of each organization that we collaborate with,
Right.
and we don't lose that whole picture. This family maybe, and what you were saying, they give you a list of resources, and you see a wall with the resources there, and it's overwhelming because you are already, that person is already facing a challenge, a crisis. So everything seems to be overwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Going to the grocery store is overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that is so important. Obviously, the knowledge of our community health workers, they are all certified by the North Carolina Community Health Workers Associations. We have community health workers level 2, level 3, level 4. They love to keep learning and amping up their skills, and that is also something I'm so grateful for it, because you cannot be a successful community health worker when you start thinking you know it all.
Oh, yeah.
And there's when you also are not anymore the trusted messenger. And there is something people perceives immediately. I was there, obviously language, body language are important, but when you have been challenged all your life, for whatever reason, you develop this, we all have this radar that can read people farther than what they words, their presence, the body language, whatever. But when you, all your life, or most of your life, you have been unseen or felt that you have been betrayed in so many ways, this radar is tuned to the finest possible point.
Yeah.
And people might use the services because they are needed. But that doesn't mean that believes in you, in what you are doing, and how you are doing it. So I always said, ever think that you know more than who you are serving, because we are serving and we are learning every single day
Constantly.
from people's resiliency, creativity.
Right.
You know, so that is also very important, and I appreciate so much that from our team at UNETE, because they are always curious in learning more, and learning more. And
That's
I think
fantastic.
that is super important. We do a lot.
Well, that was a perfect segue. Thank you. Thank you. You can read my mind. Because I know that we have been talking a little bit like 30,000 foot view, as they say. And I would like to share a little bit more about some specifics.
Yes.
So yeah, if somebody is out there and they're listening to this and they want to get connected to UNETE, what are some of the services that y'all use to empower your community?
with transformational empowerment.
Yes.
We have a phone line that is 828-273-9065. 828-273-9065. And we receive their messages about what is the challenge you're facing.
Okay.
And sometimes is maybe my electricity is going to be disconnected. Maybe I don't have enough money for my rent. Maybe we are not one of those huge organizations that has funding to
Right.
serve, but we
But you're
know
connected. Yeah.
which doors to knock and make sure that these crises are solved.
You have been in nonprofit work pretty much since you came to
Yeah.
North Carolina 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So you have amazing connections.
I think my community health workers have more amazing connection, but thank you.
Yeah, but that's so. It's a combined effort.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yeah,
people
yeah.
can call you, and then you can then. I mean, that's a lot of what we do with peer support too.
Exactly.
Because it's just about human beings
Yep.
being a human being with another human being.
Exactly. And getting to know more than just the crisis.
Oh, that's so important, isn't
And
it?
that is so important.
Yeah.
Because the crisis is what is the urge for today.
And no one wants to be identified as, as Brian Stevenson said one time, as the worst day of their entire life. Like, and that's that holistic thing that you were talking about. That's the all person wellness, all community wellness.
Yes. So very kind ways and also professional ways to learn more about this person. So it's not just the crisis we are trying to solve at that point. And that comes with also the holistic and comprehensive approach is that even though we are mostly Latinos in our organization, we believe that getting to know each other, it does more for wellness and than anything else.
Oh, I love that.
And
So
when
we're not all siloed.
exactly
Because then that's not where, maybe our needs are being met, but moving into the future,
yes.
it's just not creating that whole person wellness, that whole community wellness that we
Yes.
kind of keep going back to.
Yes.
I love that.
That is our, and we rejoice when we have, for example, UNETE Community Tuesdays with Bounty and Soul, that we serve over 200 families every
Wow.
Tuesday.
Wow.
Yes. With Bounty and Soul.
With Bounty and Soul, which
Yeah.
is food boxes.
Exactly. Fresh produce.
More than just food boxes.
Yeah,
It's fresh produce. Yeah.
The fresh produce and the quality of the produce is amazing. And sometimes happens that there are 90 Latinos together and 3 English speakers or 5. We celebrate that because it's like, this is a chance to get to know each other, spend time, and we really treasure that. I think one of the most amazing compliments, and this has to do also how UNETE was formed. We know, and lately we have been challenged to prove it, that we can move as one on tragedy.
Oh,
Right? We proved that on September 11. We proved that in Haywood County, in each of flow that I had witnessed in Haywood County. UNETE serves 5 counties.
oh, it serves 5 counties.
Yes, it's Buncombe, Haywood County, Jackson, Henderson, and Transylvania. So we had plenty of opportunities to see how in solidarity we are one. We have it in the hurricane,
Yeah.
in a very volatile election and . Nobody was asking anybody about what is your political view on this, or you think this party will have handled, was about we are here to serve.
Yeah. What do you need?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And we saw this, amazing pouring of understanding, compassion, solidarity, collaborations. So that is, UNETE believes that we can move as one without the tragedy.
Right. Let's try that out for once.
We like to think that it's a muscle that if we keep, working that muscle, we will be able to show the same level of understanding, again, solidarity, compassion, as loving with passion. No, I feel sorry for you.
Right.
No, that.
Exactly.
As loving and serving with passion. So that is something so important that I think one of the most amazing stories is after Hurricane Helene. At that point we were what was known as Emma Church, Emma Methodist Church, Emma Fellowship Church. The pastor received a letter, handwritten by a neighbor, saying how grateful was that the church was so committed to, in the darkest moment of her life, there in the Emma neighborhood, she will come every day, and all these Latino people will be smiling and so caring and embracing her. I said, I didn't understand a word that most of them said, but I felt so good being there, even that I was there looking for food or water or what was my need. So this amazing person thought that all the community health workers and UNETE's volunteers that they were there were part of the church.
Okay.
They were serving from that spiritual component, and they were not.
Right. Because UNETE, the nonprofit organization, was housed out of the Emma Methodist Church. That's just where your offices were, because you were able to get hopefully either free rent or low rent.
Yeah, we were. They were very generous, and we have a low rent that we could afford it. But
it was located in a community.
Yes.
That you were already embedded in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, that a person walks in and felt that she was treated with dignity, love, respect, to the point that she thinks that all that came from, serving from your faith, is absolutely the greatest compliment we can receive. Because we were there, they were professionals doing their job.
They were this is them doing their job.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were not slacking on their job.
Exactly.
And they were doing their job with that. So what I'm hearing you say is that they were doing the job with that same level of, what we think of as being almost like a divine calling.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just showing up to work.
Yeah, they would just show up to work.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
that's pretty amazing.
So that for me was one of the greatest compliments to know that somebody, English speaker, that felt, well, I'm not going to understand what they said, and felt treated so well, and took the time to write the pastor a letter, saying how grateful she was. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah. So somebody can call this number and just say, I need help with this. I need support with this. So I know that those are sort of maybe the more organic, or rather sort of like acute ways that you support your community, but because I know you, I also know of some of the other amazing things that you do, and I just want to make sure that we have time to
Sure.
share with those too. And
Yeah.
so you have some standing groups.
Yes.
That have been around for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And could you just share a little
Yeah.
bit about those, as well as if somebody was interested in participating in one of these groups, that they know how to do it?
Absolutely, or volunteering for one of those groups. It also, we always welcome volunteers.
Okay.
So we have obviously our UNETE Community Tuesdays that runs from 3 to 5 with Monty and Sol, and you're going to get the most amazing fresh produce and veggies.
And where is that? Where can people go for that?
Yeah, what we ask people is to call or to this number, the 273-9065, and is taking place at Riverside Baptist Church. We will give the address, and it's open. And like I said, if you don't speak Spanish, don't worry.
You don't have to speak Spanish in
Yeah.
order to get some
Exactly.
amazing yummy
And obviously,
produce.
Monte and Sol has many other markers too.
Yeah.
But this is the one that we collaborate with more deeply. And UNETE is just turned a 4-year-old toddler. But the programs that they are pillars of UNETE, one is the youth program.
Mm-hmm.
We are present in 3 middle schools, in Erwin Middle, North Boncon Middle, and Reynolds Middle, with the collaboration with United Way and obviously Boncon County Schools. We have a program for Latino high schoolers, and this is something also very important because many times our volunteers are English speakers.
Okay.
People think, oh, if I want to mentor or tutor, I need to speak Spanish. No, necessarily. And that program has been in existence for 16 years.
So this is Manos.
This is Manos, yes.
The one in the middle school, is that also Manos?
That one is called Faros.
Faros?
Faros is a lighthouse in Spanish.
Okay.
And also they have all the names, we love to do that. Faros means freedom, advocacy, resiliency for our students.
Okay.
Manos, which means hands, is mentoring and nurturing our students.
Right.
So,
And these are programs that run after school?
Some they do, some they are clubs within the school.
Within the
Yes,
school.
yes.
And are they open only for Latino students?
Let's say the main focus are Latino students, but they are not exclusive for
Yeah.
Latinos. And
Yeah.
we have been blessed and supported by students that would just, someone is because they want to practice their Spanish.
Sure.
And that's perfect. Even from universities, we have mentors that they want to practice their Spanish. But the commitment, especially for the high schooler, is 1 year. We don't, youth is precious, doesn't matter the ethnicity or language they speak. So if we are going to make a commitment to youth, it needs to be 1 year commitment.
Right.
That is very important because to get to know them and then to get to know us, our volunteers, is very important. So we can, hopefully, they can get good things from our lived experiences or our professions, and obviously get better grades and better attendance and see education as a very crucial part of their life. But also the involvement with parents is very important. We just don't work with the student. Again, the student is part of a family and the family is part of a community. So we try to keep also that holistic approach when we serve the youth. We have a group of Latino moms that is called the Mujer a Mujer. It's in existence for 12 years. They are amazing.
Is it the same moms who've been there for 12 years, or is it kind of like in and out?
It's interesting because they move out and later they come back. They take a break of 3 years and they say, "Oh, I need to go back," and we love that. But they are our outreach in the community too. 3 of them, they are community health workers too. Amazing volunteers.
And we mentioned, I guess I just want to, so Mujer to Mujer is mother to mother.
It's woman to woman.
Sorry, woman to woman. So this is a woman's group.
Yes, correct. And last year we started the acupuncture clinic, another thing, the free community acupuncture clinic, where also we love when we have English speakers that they knew about it through the fresh produce distribution, and they will come. And we did 24 sessions, or more. I don't remember. But they're always filled up, and it was amazing. And we also started last year a Forever Young group, which is a group for 60 plus.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I had no idea.
So
so you at this point, you have a group for the kids, for the moms, and for the grandparents.
Yeah.
So talk about like whole, like this is whole body, whole family
and
support.
Remember that we have pet clinic with Habitat for Humanity.
So it's the pet. So it's like the entire household.
Yes.
Can get some kind of support or engagement or whatever you want to call it with UNETE. So this is so cool. Like I'm learning something new. I love it. When did this Forever Young get started, and what was the inspiration for that?
The last we did it last semester with support from Buncombe County, and it was absolutely amazing because we are growing older. Look at me. We Latinos, we are growing older here. I have met so many grandparents that they thought, in their elder times they wanted to go back to their land, their countries, their traditions. But once that you have grandchildren here, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
The grandchildren are very powerful anchors.
Yeah.
So we talk about, it was absolutely amazing. And we hope to continue. Now we are kind of in transition, and that please, if you can check our website, that is www and our name UNETENC from North Carolina. .org. We are having a very interesting raffle.
Oh, that's right.
An opportunity for a donation of $30 to get a catered meal to your workplace, home for 15 people
That's
for $30.
Yeah.
And we have
$2 a meal.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
We have various
Home-cooked
menus, and so please visit our website, unetenc.org. Can you say it because it's better in your English?
www.unetenc.org.
Yep. Your English is so perfect.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I've been practicing for a while.
So if you would like to support us or volunteering,
Support UNETE and support your belly, because the food is absolutely amazing.
yes.
Yeah, so I highly recommend entering this raffle because, I can't tell you how many tickets I've already bought. I'm going to win. I can feel it. Anyway, so we've got just a few more minutes, and I guess I just wanted to see, one of the questions that I've always had is, and I know that UNETE is for everyone, but because you are embedded and such a trusted messenger in the Latino community, I did just want to ask, what is it that we can do as a community, as a whole, to just support our neighbors who might be feeling a little vulnerable during this time?
Yes. This is going to sound so simplistic. We have great organizations that their strength is advocacy.
Okay.
And we collaborate with 50 organizations average in the 5 counties we serve. And we trust their expertise, we trust the work they're doing. So going back to what wellness means, what our emotional, behavioral health means. Just take time to, and I see this every day, that some people, beautiful, amazing human beings, they take more time and more intention in acknowledge immigrants than before. And you can tell that even if they don't say, I am with you, I see you, is that pause in greeting, smiling, making a comment about, I don't know, a shawl I may have or a color I'm wearing. And I've been talking with community members that, and we also experiment other ones that they are not so welcoming. But if you know, there are many ways to show your support to whatever you believe needs to change, and but taking that specific moment to acknowledge that any minority has been seen, and smiling, saying something about their child. I know the language barrier is a barrier, but going back, we have such a tuned radar that we will know when you look at us and you smile at us and you look straight to the eyes, that we have a friend.
Yeah, and that you can feel safe.
Yes, and
in that moment you can feel safe, which can just help relieve some of the stress.
There we go.
And the pressure. And it kind of goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning of this conversation. Just be a human who treats another human like a human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's that simple. It's that simple. All right. Well, so thank you very much, Norma, for being here and sharing more about this amazing organization that you founded 4 years ago. And thank you for the great work that you're doing for our community as a whole.
Yeah, and thank you for everybody that support us. We couldn't do it without nurses for wellness checks, Moncton County Mobile Clinic, so many people. Because yes, we do vaccines and we support checking your blood pressure and what we call knowing your numbers. And we don't miss opportunity if it's a food pantry. And you are going to smile about this because the first person I heard saying we love to be an incubator was who used to be our executive director, Miss Allison Jordan, that the best thing is to be an incubator of programs and others go and replicate it. And that always stayed with me. So now I love that taking vaccines to events or wellness checks to food distribution or wellness check to other type of event is something, almost normal. So thank you for being part of my journey for how long? 17 years.
Yeah, Norma and I have known each other for a very long time.
Yeah. So it was great because I was like, are you sure you want to be recording with me and my accent? So it has been, thank you everybody for the patience, the curiosity, and I hope you learn more about UNETE and we can continue learning about each other. Look at us. We learned some new things today.
Absolutely.
You and me.
That was perfect. All right. Thank you so much. And we will see you next month for Life on Purpose.